Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we are ranking some more FC24 content, specifically the FC24 card designs throughout the year. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and check this out.
A relaxing sponsored daydream.
Are you tired of having no coins and coming up against teams that are absolutely cracked and better than yours? We'll go over to U7Buy, whose coins are cheap, fast and reliable. You can use the link in the description and make sure you use the code DEVS for a 6% off.
First up, we've got the Team of the Week gold in every FC24. It's always basic, but it kind of does the job. So I'm going to go with a C. I think it's just bog standard, nothing wrong with it, nothing great about it. It's just does the job. Next up, we got Trailblazers. Now, I can't remember if I think this was in last year, but it has kind of developed a bit more. It looks a bit more sleek. I mean, it's quite nice. I don't mind it. I don't mind the colours either, so I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to go B plus, actually. Flashback. I always love these designs, especially because the dynamic image, is of a younger version of them as well. And it just kind of gives you a bit of nostalgia. The whole card in general just gives a bit of a nostalgic feel. And for this reason, we're going to get our first A. End of an era. Now, we haven't seen many of these in this game. We've seen a few in previous games, and it has differed from game to game. I mean, it's okay. I'm going to go with a C minus. For the Champions League ones, we're just going to go for the road to the final one, I think. So for the Europa League and also the Conference League, we're going for the road to the final one. I like the Champions League road to the final ones. I think these look very, very smart. It encapsulates the UEFA Champions League. It's got the pitch on it. It's got the ball, the iconic ball of stars. This one is also going to get an A. What a design. And then we've got the Europa League road to the final. It is just not as good, nowhere near as detailed. It's just kind of like, you've got the logo at the top, you got the colour of the competition that it is. I guess it does kind of feel like it is a Europa League. It's just no like intricate design like the Champions League one has. So it's going to get a C plus. And the Conference League one, don't even get me started on that. It looks horrible, I think. This is going to get a D. Now, the Champions League heroes, I really like this design of these. And again, it just gives that feeling of something special. It gives you the feeling of the Champions League. It does the job. It's not as nice as the road to final ones, in my opinion. I'm going to give it an A minus. We have a new car design and promo in the triple threat. I mean, I didn't really know what was going on with this promo, if I'm honest, but we're not here to rank the promos. We're here to rank the designs. I think it's quite nice. You've got the three triangles, which is kind of like a double way of showing you the triple threat in terms of the three of them, and triangle is triple-sided, three-sided, if you didn't know that. This is a very educational channel, as you can tell. It is very sleek. It gets to the point, if you pardon the pun. I like it. I think they've done a cracking job with this. I'm going to give it an A. However, the hero one, I don't know, it just kind of, I think the gloominess of it just kind of takes away from the special feel of it. But I'm going to give it a B minus. We're going to get our first A star here. The Team of the Year design, it just looks incredible. Every year they seem to outdo themselves. This is always the best card design each year. It is incredible. What a card. The honourable mentions, I mean, it's alright. It doesn't have the goldness of the Team of the Year version. It's alright. It does feel special still, but it just doesn't look as good. I'm going to give it a B plus. One thing I can say about the card designs this year and every year, I like the special versions of the icons. They just look, I don't know what it is. I love this card design. It is simple but effective. It gets an A. Future stars. Oh, these are always one of the best card designs each year as well. It is going to get an A plus. Not quite an A star, but an A plus. The Future Stars icon is getting an A star. Like I said, I just got a soft spot for the icon cards, the special cards of them. They just look so good. We're going to go on a bit of a cold streak right now, I have a feeling. The Bundesliga Player of the Month, it is just so plain. You've got the logo at the top, that's it. It doesn't really have any special feel about it. This is going to get a D. Premier League Player of the Month, though, I do think it's a bit better. Again, it's very, very plain and bland. I'll push it to a C plus. League can just get a C. The Liga one is nearly the worst one. This is getting an E. Serie A, I quite like this. I think this looks a lot better. It looks like they put a bit more effort into the design. We're going to go with a B minus here, actually. The Eredivisie is getting an F. No special feel about it at all. A normal gold card feels more special than this. Moving on to another absolute belter. We've got the FUT birthday cards. I'm gonna have to give this an A+. The icons is getting an A+. Again, I've just got a soft spot for the special icon cards. Oh, I love Team of the Season. Oh, and this card is just lovely. Again, Team of the Season and Team of the Year. I think it's just the colorways, like the gold and blue just looks exceptional. We're gonna get another A star here. It's just absolutely lovely. The honorable mentions, again, not as good. This is getting a B+. The normal FUT hero cards, again, they're okay. I think because they've got other versions, this one doesn't look as good, but it does the job. It will have a C. FUT versus Ice, a new promo this year, besides the fire as well. It's quite nice, to be fair. It's nothing like special, but it gets a point across. It looks cold, it looks icy. It'll get a B-, and the fire, I'm also going to go with B-, I think. Again, I don't think there's anything special about it. You get that feel of the fire and the ice. It does feel like hot versus cold. Gets a point across, so that's why I'm going with that ranking. Winter wildcards, it's had a fall off. It used to be very good. If we're going back to the FUTmas as well, and then we kind of move into winter wildcards. The winter wildcards a couple of years ago was quite nice. This year does not feel that special at all. For that reason, I'm gonna have to give it a C-. The icon isn't going to be in the A, but again, it just doesn't feel that special. Although it is a special variation on the icon card, I do have a soft spot for them. I can't see myself giving this anything higher than a B+, if I'm honest. FUT Fantasy, I mean, again, it's okay. I feel like we've gone a bit of a cold streak here. We had so many good ones to begin with. The FUT Fantasy, just, they've had better years. They have had better years. And for this reason, it's just going to get a plain old boring B. Heroes, however, I don't know what it is. It's literally just a colour difference. The purple, it looks very, very nice. It just makes it feel more special. I don't know what it is about this colour. I think it's because we don't see it as often as well. I'm going to give this an A-. Centurions, wasn't a fan, if I'm honest. I didn't like the card design at all. I'm going to give this an E+, which we don't hear a lot of at all. Even the icon one, I wasn't a massive fan of. This is going to get a D. Nike Mad, F. Pundit Picks, also getting an F. The FC Pro, I think this is going to get an E. I think it's better than the other two, but it's not great, I don't think. Thunderstruck, I quite like, to be fair. There was depth and the smoke coming off the card looked very, very nice. It's very close to an A-, but it's going to get a B+, unfortunately. The icon, however, that's getting an A. I just love the colorways of it. It just looks so good. Radioactive, I did not like this at all, especially when you got the evolution, like the upgrade. You couldn't see the color of the number. You couldn't see the number at all. And for that reason, I can't give it an F. I can't give it an F. I'll give it a D- at best. There's still like a little bit of depth and kind of thought gone into it. It does look radioactive, to be fair. It gets a point across, but Ultimate Dynasties, I quite like this one. It's got kind of like the carpety feel, like the red carpet. That's what it looks like you kind of like royalty almost. That's kind of the impression it gave. Not on the green bit at the top though. It always felt like it was put on top of something and they just missed that bit out. I didn't really like that. So that's a bit of a downgrade. I'm going to give it a B-. The icon one, I liked it. The green wasn't there and it's still got that red flowing through it. It looked very, very nice. It's going to get a B+, this one. And the final two, the penultimate one, we got the Galazzo Heroes. Oh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. That one, the Galazzo Hero, is getting an A. The Galazzo Icon, I think it's equally as good. It's not better and it's not worse, so I'm going to give it an A as well. Let me know what you think about my tiers there. What card design do you think is best in FC24 this year? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I hope you have a good day, a great week, and I'll catch you in a bizzle.